Day, happy travelers. Today we get to talk about my two favorite things. One, Disney, and a cruise. We're going to talk about the Disney Wish 4-night cruise to Bahamas, leaving from Port Canaveral, going to Castaway Cay, going to the Bahamas. It's a fantastic time. So if you're here, I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks, an overview of the shore excursions, how to get on the boats, how to get off the boats, and you're going to have a fantastic time. So that means you're either purchased and you're on the boat and you're here to get information, or you're scouting. You're here and you're like, hey, is there stuff to do here? And it's Disney. There's always stuff to do. Let's hop into it. And this one leaves from Port Canaveral. And the price, if you're just scouting, the price actually for two people is $2,500. So it's 1,200, about $1,250 per person, double occupancy. So it's pretty reasonable, really, from Port Canaveral. And if you've never been to the Orlando area before, let's give you an overview. And if you've been to the Orlando area before, but you've never been to Port Canaveral, let's talk about the logistics of where to stay, how to get to and from the cruise port. Because as you can see, it's not super close. It's about a 45-minute drive from the airport and 45 minutes in favorable conditions, light traffic. But 528 will take you right to the cruise terminal there. And you have a couple different options in terms of where to stay. You can stay around the airport, or you can stay closer to the cruise port. Either way, you need to get from one to the other. We always recommend here at Vacation Travel Hacks flying in a day early, and for you Disney people, it's not a bad idea to maybe fly in a couple days early because you got the Disney theme parks, and no better way to kick off a Disney cruise than perhaps a Disney theme park, appetizer, if you will. And I think resting on a cruise ship after a couple days at the park, not a bad idea anyway. If you stay over here, you got Mears Transportation, you got GoPort. GoPort actually will sell you cruise and transportation bundles, and that'll get you from the airport over to the cruise port the day of your cruise, and that takes care of that. If you choose to stay by Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral area, Titusville, etc., there's also hotels over here, and there's also transportation offered by the hotels. They seem less likely to offer complimentary shuttles these days. They're still out there. Check with your hotel to review your options or prices, and you can take it from there. And if you're driving, I'll show you where you park to board this Disney cruise. Otherwise, you're going to have a fantastic time. And again, travel time from the airport to the cruise port, about 45 minutes. But you're not done traveling yet, because getting to your cruise terminal can be a little bit of a hike as well. For example, the Disney cruise ports are right here. And to get into it, you just don't like drive into it. No, you got to drive all the way down, and you got to merge with the Carnival traffic, and then you get to come over here. So it's about another 45 minutes. We'll call it an hour. I drive, so and I'm not a traffic guy. I guess no one enjoys traffic, but seeing the cruise ships, I like boats, so it's fascinating. So anyway, you'll park here, your board. If you're on a shuttle, there you're going to get disembarked or off the bus rather, right in front of the porters. And don't forget to carry some cash to tip the hardworking porters. They seem to appreciate it, and I don't blame them. So then you are on the ship, and you are on your way to Nassau, one of the gems of the Caribbean, one of the mini gems. You'll park here. I highly doubt you'll park by yourself. In terms of free excursions, stuff you can do for free, you can walk through the city. There's a nice little city here. Can you walk to the Atlantis? You'll be tempted. You'll be like, oh, man, look how close we are to the Atlantis. Yeah, it looks close. It's not really close because you got to walk all the way down Bay Street to the bridge, and you got to walk all the way around, and it's probably, I don't know, 2-3 mile walk. Not a lot of, and it's humid and it's a tough walk. So you probably might be more inclined either to hang out on the ship, or let's see what Disney has available for us in terms of excursions. And if you want to go on the beach, you can go on the beach. If you want to just do a city tour, you can do a city tour. Something for everyone. My dad's in the Navy. He hates going into the water, likes cruise ships, but he doesn't like going into the water. And there's always something for him to do as well. Me, I wasn't in the Navy. I very much like going to the water. I don't like sand, though, so that's a little bit of a pickle for me. Anyway, if you want to rent some bikes, you can rent some bikes. You want to go and look at some wildlife, Atlantis, you want to go golf, get off the cruise ship and golf. The Aqua Adventure, if you've ever been to Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon, I think this competes very well with that. The water slides are nice. There's lots of tubing slides, wave pools, and this is actually one of the first water parks that I did a lazy river at that I remember. And being at Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon, I was like, oh wow, this is a really cool lazy river. Otherwise, you can hang out with wildlife at the Atlantis. They got dolphin stuff you can do. Go out into the ocean. You can ride a banana boat. More bicycles, Blue Lagoon Island for a day. Just go play on a beach, go play on more beaches, go hang out with dolphins. So you kind of get in the theme. Stuff to do, and the cost is about, I don't know, $50, $100. Hang out with stingrays. That's a lot of fun. $60 to do that. And if you want to snorkel, about $100 to go snorkeling here. And go get in a Jeep, $150 for a Jeep. Water bikes, $30. What about a jet boat tour? $100. Discover the Nassau by land and sea. About $100. Hey, we're picking up on a theme. So, and then you got transportation. Look at this. They even say, hey, if you want to get to Epcot theme park, there's complimentary transportation there. So Disney really thought of everything for you today. So you have some stuff to do, and whatever you pick, there's no wrong way to do a cruise. It's going to be a lot of fun. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made it an excursion. Otherwise, you go to a very fun private island, the Castaway Cay, and there's stuff to do for free here. You betcha. There's stuff to eat for free here. Yeah, you better believe it. And of course, if you want to throw some money at it, well, you are in luck, because they will absolutely let you rent and buy stuff, and there will absolutely be stuff to do here as well. You don't have to do it, but you can like rent floats and tubes. Look at that, $20 to rent a float. Want to snorkel? $57. The island is absolutely, of course, fantastic. Disney doesn't do anything halfway. They absolutely go strong. The cruise is going to go by so fast. So some final thoughts and tips. So after you're done relaxing on the cruise, if you didn't partake in Disney before the cruise, you can, of course, go to Disney after the cruise. And, what a nice little cherry on top. Or you can do both. You can go Disney before, do the cruise, Disney after. There's no wrong way to do it. We talked about flying in before. Worth noting, maybe you don't want to fly into Orlando International Airport. MLB Melbourne Airport is a little off to the southwest of Port Canaveral. I find that it doesn't, at least right now, it's not cheaper. As a matter of fact, it's a little bit more expensive, but maybe there's a sale. I just throw it out there for awareness. Check out GoPort. You got Disney Mears Transportation. There's a myriad of ways to get there. You will be out. Now let's talk about flying home. If you choose not to go to Disney after getting off the cruise port, when should I book a flight? What's the earliest flight I should book? You saw how far away it was. The distance isn't necessarily the problem. Yeah, it's 45 minutes plus or minus. The thing that causes the most headache is actually the volume of people at the airport. You're not the only cruise ship leaving. And there's people leaving from the theme park, SeaWorld, Universal, Disney. And the volume of people at the airport that caused like bottlenecks checking your luggage in, caused bottlenecks at TSA. And there's lots of pictures on both the Disney groups that I'm a part of on Facebook, and of course the cruise groups that I'm a part of on Facebook. Can it be done? Now, you might be asking, all right, but can it be done? Nobody recommends before noon. People say, I do see success stories. Hey, I got out before 10. But for me, successful is just being at the airport an hour or two early with a Starbucks in my hand and just relaxing. But can it be done? I'm just telling you, I wouldn't do anything before noon. Can it be done? Sure. Day one kids club. If you're a big fan of the kids club, and Disney has some of the best kids club on there. Get them in day one, help them immerse. They're going to have a good time even if it's day two. But just day one's a great time. Everyone's bonding. Everyone's new. If you go day two, you're the new guy and everyone else is not new. So anyway, just sharing some best practices there. Otherwise, you're on a Disney cruise. You're going to some fantastic stops. It's going to be a great time. And the options before and after the cruise, the question you really got to ask yourself is, how much fun do you want to have? How much fun can you possibly have? So good luck on your decisions, and I'll see you in the next video.